I was brought up in the days after the end of World War II, when the manufactured communist menace was pushed down the throats of all of us school children, when fear of nuclear annihilation was part of our school day as much as recess was, our little duck and cover drills. You all of a certain age remember those. And arching above all that was the one thing that was protecting us, and that was the might of the United States military. And that might broke down into honor, duty, country. Honor, duty, country. The duty aspect of that is still part of current military tradition, but honor and country? Does anyone out there really believe, and I'm certainly not blaming the soldier, the grunt. The people who decide U.S. policy and the use of our military to enforce that policy are the criminals here. They are the ones that, and I'm referring specifically now to the Bush crime family, they are the ones who have so corrupted whatever honorable traditions existed, and they did exist inside the military. Maybe the military operations themselves were criminal. But the individual acts of sacrifice and care and concern and love for the person that you went into combat with, and the person whose survival depended on your being able to think beyond your own self. Those acts of courage and honor and decency in horrific situations were so separate from the overall idea of why an army of ours went into combat to begin with. If anyone can find for me anything in starting in the 60s with the operations in Vietnam, in Central America, anything that speaks to honor, I'd like to know about it. But in the past 8-9 years, when the Bush crime family took over, and almost as though they consciously devised a plan, and possibly they did, because to the last man, every one of these sons of bitches was a complete cop-out and coward where it concerned any sort of military service at all. It was almost as if they had an instinct to hate the military because they could not have lasted for 5 minutes in a military situation. And so they set out to systematically corrupt, destroy, denigrate, pollute the military. And because of this unavoidable chain of command that is required when you are sending people to kill or die, or both, the field commanders had to take their orders, plus the fact that, take your orders and do a good job, boys, and you'll get the advancement in rank. You might get another star even. Hell, you might wind up on the Joint Chiefs. So just keep doing what the commanders say, or what the civilian commanders say, because, chain of command, that's the thing that separates us from countries where military overthrows the government every other week. But look what the Bush crime family did. 100 years ago, damn near, Smedley Butler wrote, "War's a racket. It's an absolute racket." And it is. And it's a crime against humanity. But to add to that crime, the additional crime of torture, murder, incinerating children and civilians deliberately, I refuse to believe in the idea of collateral damage. There's no such thing. The Bush crime family put our military in a situation where it had to fight urban warfare That means civilian dead. That is not collateral damage. That is objective accomplished. That is tactical operations. I just sometimes wonder how we're able to sustain this country, how we're able to do it. I really am. Our economic system is destructive. Our leadership for so long has been just absolutely vile. And regardless of what area you look at business, look at government. You have a bunch of apple polishers in the military who have no problem whatsoever in bombing a village. We have a religious leadership that is so far out on the edge that it's amazing that anybody still will listen to a preacher or a priest. It's astonishing to me. I just wonder sometimes how we're able to hold this together. I guess that's where the hope comes in, right?